clothing. You know, it's not a real deep theological question, but it certainly is a relevant one, especially with our society changing as much as what it is. And most churches are what we would say as dressing down. But is that really a problem to be dressing down? Is it better to be dressing up? The answer to these questions is really found culturally, because you see, there isn't anything in the Bible that would tell us if it's right or proper or more proper to wear a suit as opposed to a sports coat and slacks, or if it was more appropriate to wear a tuxedo, or if it was more appropriate to wear an open collared shirt and khakis or a polo. I mean, there isn't anything in the scripture that would tell us that we should wear a tie, for example. And I think everybody knows Jesus didn't wear a tie, Paul didn't wear a suit, they wore tunics. Nobody in church wears tunics today, but they wore tunics back in those days. If we truly want to be biblically dressed, we would find ourselves dressing inappropriately for our culture. Clothing is decided by culture. What the Bible does is it gives us a guideline, and it tells us to be modestly dressed. The proper dress for church is modest dress. It's not jeans versus khakis. It's not a polo shirt versus a button-down shirt. It's not a suit versus a sports coat and slacks. It's not a three-piece versus a two-piece. It's not a skirt versus a full dress. It's not high heels versus hose. It is, in fact, modest dress versus immodest dress. Modesty is pretty much an understood concept where we are modestly dressed. We are dressed in a way that's honoring to the Lord. So proper dress for church is not a type of clothing or a certain look. After all, the Bible tells us that God looks at the heart of man, not the outward side. The Bible goes on to tell us this, that man judges after the outward appearance, but God judges the heart. I would rather have a man dressed in jeans and a shirt like this with a pure heart preaching the gospel to me than have a man dressed to the nines in a three-piece suit with a corrupt heart trying to teach me the scripture. You see, if we get too caught up on the outside, we'll miss the inside. And after all, that's what it's all about.